The antique mirror arrived on a Tuesday, swaddled in brittle, yellowed newspaper dated October 31st, 1987. Sarah had found it at an estate sale, drawn in by its elaborate silver frame, etched with grotesque serpents, thorny vines, and screaming faces that seemed too detailed, too lifelike. The elderly seller had trembled when she paid, refusing to meet her eyes. His voice cracked as he whispered, finally free. She hung it in her bedroom that evening, directly across from her bed. As she stepped back, the mirror's surface shivered, a slow ripple, like wind brushing over still water. For a moment, she thought she saw something move behind her reflection. She blamed the lighting. She had to. Then came stillness. The next morning, the mirror stood alone again, clean, polished, and quiet. Sarah was gone. Only her scream remained, echoing within the glass like a trapped breath. Later that day, at another estate sale, the same mirror was examined by a curious young woman drawn to its haunting beauty. The elderly seller smiled, a shadow passing over his face. Finally free, he muttered, but the mirror never freed anyone. It fed, and inside it, Sarah stared out with wide, panicked eyes. Her lips moved constantly now, screaming, pleading, warning, but no one could hear her. Not until the next person stared a little too long, and believed. Then came the whispers, low at first, hissing through the cracks. Let us out. Let us out. Let us out. The mirror's surface surged, buckling outward like a water balloon ready to burst. Pale hands pushed through, real, corporeal, and ice-cold. They clutched the floor, the walls, reaching for her. The whispering turned to shrieking, the sound clawing through her skull. Sarah ran, but the door slammed shut. The room groaned, as though breathing. The mirror expanded, bloating across the wall, consuming everything in its path. Glass shards cracked outward from the center like a spiderweb. From those cracks they came, crawling, tumbling, jerking like broken marionettes. Hands seized her. They were endless. They pulled. She screamed, but no sound came. Only the mirror echoed with her silent terror. By the third night, Sarah stopped sleeping. She sat in her chair facing the mirror, trembling, listening to the oppressive silence in the room, the ticking of a clock that had stopped years ago. At 3:17 a.m., the woman appeared again, but she was no longer alone. Behind her, dozens of figures pressed against the inside of the mirror. Men, women, children, some with their mouths sewn shut, some eyeless, some bent at impossible angles. They all stared, their faces contorted in agony. A low hum began to vibrate the glass, rising to a deafening crescendo of silent screams. The mirror began to pulse, thump, thump, like a second heart beating in the room. In the morning, the ornate silver frame had turned sickly. The metal was now laced with black, vein-like cracks that pulsed faintly when touched. Her fingertips came away damp, stained faintly red. She began to see the woman more frequently, not just at night. During the day, too, in flashes, in reflections, in places where the mirror shouldn't have reflected anything at all. A glimpse in the kettle, the back of a spoon, her phone screen. The woman's mouth stretched wider each time, revealing jagged teeth, not human, but gnarled like broken bone. Sometimes she clawed at the glass, her nails leaving scratches that remained even after Sarah looked away. That night, she awoke in the dark. Her eyes snapped open to find someone watching her from the mirror. Not her reflection, a woman. Pale, soaked, eyes hollow and sunken, mouth trembling in a silent scream. The figure didn't mimic Sarah, it studied her, as though memorizing her every breath. When Sarah bolted upright, gasping, the woman was gone. The mirror showed only her own wild, terrified expression. But something felt wrong.